Our project for the Pulitzer Center is called China in Africa, Hope and Conflict in a Post-Western World. And we've been traveling across the continent from Ghana to Kenya, Ethiopia, and Djibouti to assess ways that the China-Africa relationship has grown more complex and fractured in recent years, especially as the US begins to retrench in its role as the world's predominant global superpower. In Ghana, we spent a week in the deeply impoverished northern region where small-scale Chinese entrepreneurs are building gambling centers in local bars and restaurants, getting local children addicted to gambling and causing major social problems in several communities.
One of the things that attracted me to this project the most was that there's so much potential for exploring these stories visually. I knew right off the bat that going to Ghana and trying to find gambling machines in these rural villages was going to have a huge visual component. We would be able to strengthen our story by allowing our readers to see what it looks like to be in these places.
In Kenya, we are profiling a Chinese telecommunications and media firm called StarTimes, which, by way of Beijing's infrastructure expertise and with Beijing state-backed funding, is essentially building a pipeline for Chinese propaganda into countless rural Kenyan homes.
It was really eye-opening when we landed in Kajiado, this small rural town about 2 hours outside of Nairobi, and StarTimes was everywhere. Banners, murals, satellite dishes on every rooftop. It actually ended up being quite a visual story, and so I was very encouraged to see that we would be able to cover it, giving that sort of experiential flavor.
In Ethiopia and Djibouti, we are following the new Beijing-backed electric rail line, the first electrified rail line in Africa, stretching from Addis Ababa to the Red Sea port of Djibouti, which governments in both countries expect to massively increase the region's economic potential and expect to mark the beginning of a rail line that could stretch all the way across Africa to the Atlantic Ocean.
We are very grateful for this support, and we think that this is an important story to tell, and we think that it's a story that is being undertold in Western press.
I'd like to thank the Pulitzer Center for granting us the opportunity to experience the China-Africa relationship firsthand in such a wealth of detail and in such a variety of ways.